So step number 2, set up your URL parameters. This is a super important step. So once you have your fields set up, it's important to know how we are going to pre-fill some information in there and then get the end user to update that information. So what I'd like you to do is type under elements the word hidden. Now this is called a hidden field, so something a user cannot see. Okay, and for now I'm going to enable the hidden field. To do this, I will need to click on Form, Debug Mode, and check Show Hidden Fields. The reason for that is because I want to show you what goes on behind the scenes. But obviously, if you want to disable the hidden field so the end user can't see it, just uncheck this under the debug mode. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to label this. I'm going to call this Contact ID. Okay, and this is how the premise of it all works here. So as you can see, the field number is 163, FLD 163. And what I'll do is I'll make this field a bit wider so you get the full picture. Yeah, so what I'll do is, for example, I've got contact here called Joe Blogs, right? And if I preview, so there's my hidden field. The hidden field is FLD163. So here's what I'll do. I will say, after my question mark, FLD163 equals, for example, 12345. Okay, you can now see that as soon as I hit enter, it's passed that value 12345. How does this relate to Salesforce? Well, if I go into Salesforce and I copy this, or if you create a template where you would publish our URL, what you will need to do is put your Salesforce merge field behind, after the equals operator here. So you will need to say something like this. I believe it's called this record.id in Salesforce, something like that. If you're sending it from an email in Salesforce. But obviously in this purposes, I'm just going to put the contact ID like this, and now the contact ID is in my hidden field. And that's how you set up a parameter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a push and get based on this record ID, and then we're going to update the details. So that's how you set it up. Just get a hidden field, call it any contact ID you wish, and then simply make a note of the FLD163. And then in here, what you're going to do, whatever the FLD number is, you're just going to say FLD163 in my case equals the contact ID. And that's how you set up your URL parameters.